I'm your huckleberry.
What's up, fishy friends? Welcome to Tim's School of Fish, and class is in session. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I love all knives. I love fixed blade knives. I love modern folders. I love traditional slip joints. I love modern slip joints. I have USA made knives. I have China made knives. I have super steel, and I have unknown freaking pot steel. I just love all kinds of knives. I like what I like. I dislike what I dislike. And there's not always any rhyme or reason to what I like and what I don't like. But one thing is always true. I love knives that blend modern and traditional together. I love those knives that have sort of a traditional aesthetic with modern materials because I think it's the best of both worlds. So today, I want to take a look at a knife from Artisan Cutlery that does that perfectly, ticks all the boxes for me. So, without further ado, let's get this camera turned around and take a closer look.
Hey man, do me a favor and go ahead and hit that like button. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. It sure does help the channel. We sure do appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much, man.
All right, so this is the Artisan Cutlery Holm. Now, this didn't just drop. This is not a preview of a knife that's currently not available that's dropping soon. If you're watching my channel for that stuff, you're watching the wrong channel. I don't like to buy knives based on all the hype. I like to wait until the hype calms down a little bit, and then if I like it, I'll pick it up, and that's exactly the case with this knife. Absolutely freaking love this one. I love that it has kind of a traditional aesthetic with modern colors, modern materials. To me, that is right in my wheelhouse. Stuff like this is what I really love almost always. So, our overall length on this one is right at 7¼ inches. We've got that 3¼ inch sheep's foot, modified sheep's foot. I guess you could call it a clip point. You could call it a reverse tanto. AR RPM 9 blade steel on this one. We've got that long fuller that runs the extent of the blade. Dual thumb stud deployment. On the show side, we've got that Artisan Cutlery logo. On the other side, we've got our blade steel AR RPM 9 and our model number. This one is a button lock. It's also got this secondary lock here that we saw on the CJRB large pyrite light. I can take it or leave it. It doesn't get in the way, but to be honest, I don't ever engage that secondary lock. So when you push that down, the plunge lock, the button lock, doesn't disengage the knife because you've got that secondary lock in place. I can take it or leave it, doesn't matter to me. We've got a stainless steel bolster, PVD coated just like the blade. We've got a T8 torque screw on our pivot there. T8 torque screws all the way around. We've got T6 torque screws on our clip. That is a deep carry pocket clip, and that is reversible. Open construction with barrel backspacer standoffs, which I really appreciate. I live in Florida. We have a lot of sand, a lot of gunk gets down in your knife. This makes it easier to clean. Stainless steel liners that are milled out for some weight reduction. Hidden lanyard post, hidden lanyard notch, which I appreciate. I hate when they drill a big giant hole through some beautiful covers or beautiful scales. Now, we've got this lanyard on here that came on the knife. I'm not the biggest lanyard fan, but it's kind of cool on this one. But what I might do, you can pull this one tag end and shorten it just a little bit. So I think I'm going to shorten it, cut that, and just make it just a touch shorter. But what I really love about this knife is those Kieranite scales. This is what they're calling blue and black, I think is what they're calling it, but it's kind of a purple in my opinion, and you guys know that I love my purple. Fit and finish is exceptional. Everything is chamfered down nicely. No sharp edges, no pokey parts, no stepping, no gapping from that bolster to our scales there. Let's check the action on this bad boy. Pow! That thing fires out of there with authority. The button lock is nice and smooth. The action is just so satisfying. It is an absolute fidget monster. Just phenomenal action, phenomenal fit and finish. In the hand, like most knives, this is going to be about a 3.5 finger knife for me, almost a 4-finger grip. If I choke up close to that sharpening choil, I can get a full 4-finger grip. Feels good in a hammer grip, saber grip, reverse grip feels good. Gas station stabby grip feels good. This one is great for pinch grip, your utility cuts, your draw cuts, because you can get your index finger up here on that clip. Absolutely freaking love this one. I've said it time and time again that I am a huge fan of this blending of modern and traditional, and I also like kieranite scales, or what I'm calling kieranite. I think kieranite is a brand name, but these acrylic resin colorful scales, I really like them, which is why I love Finch knives so much. I think they do a fantastic job with their kieranite. Just absolutely stunning job. Now, on most knives, these modern knives with a traditional appeal, I love it, but I don't love Case's kieranite. It's just kind of funky to me the way they do their kieranite. I even love the resin swirl scales on that new Civivi Elementum slip joint. But Case does not do a good job with their kieranite. It's kind of goofy to me, but in general, I do love kieranite, especially on knives like this. Now, I don't think I would love it so much on a fixed blade or something like that, but you know what I'm saying. So, I want to talk about something that Scab over at Choir Boys talked about in one of his videos the other day. And he was talking about bias in knife reviews. And I did a similar video a while back called You Are Being Influenced. I will pin that video to the end screen. Go and check it out. So, what Scab said in that video is that all knife reviewers are biased. And I left a comment and I said 100%. I am biased. I like what I like. I don't like what I don't like. And I tell people, I don't even consider myself a knife reviewer. What I consider myself is an opinion sharer that likes to talk about knives and other EDC gear and watches and random stuff and hockey and sometimes football. I'm just someone that likes sharing my opinion. And some of those opinions are founded, some of those opinions are unfounded, and I have no idea where they come from. But what I do is share my opinions. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. You're never going to hear me say this is the greatest knife ever made. What you are going to hear me say is I'm going to run through the specs, I'm going to tell you about the knife, and then I'm going to give you my opinion about it. I am not here to convince you to buy anything, and frankly, I don't care if you like what I like or you don't like it, and I don't care whatever the reason might be. I don't care your reasons for agreeing with me or disagreeing with me. And I know that sounds horrible, and it's not meant to be that I don't appreciate the support and I don't appreciate the comments, because I absolutely 100% do. But look, I don't work for any knife company. I don't care if you like something or don't like something. I'm not here making a living trying to sell you something. Every once in a while, I will pin the link to pick something up, that's for your convenience. There were some other comments on that video that said, yes, everybody has their own bias, but as reviewers, it's our job to try to be as unbiased as possible. Well, I disagree with that too. It's not my job to do anything. I'm not trying to be unbiased. I'm just sharing my opinion. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say Chinese made old timer knives, this is the best knife you've ever held. I just like them. I like them. I like the ugly doo-doo brown Delrin covers. I don't care that it has some cheap 3CR or 7CR steel on it. As someone who watches knife and EDC videos, it's your job to determine if you like something or if you want something. So maybe I'm coming at it from a different way and maybe that sounds bad, but I'm just here sharing my opinions. I like to talk about knives, and so that's what I do. I don't think that it's my job to try to be as unbiased as possible or to try to convince you that Finch scales are great or that RPM 9 blade steel is phenomenal, and I'm not going to try to do that. So, yes, I am 100% biased. I am here talking about what I like, what I don't like, and I'm sharing my opinions. And that's the way I look at it. I like to talk about knives. I like what I like. I don't like what I don't like. I'm going to tell you. Maybe you agree with my reasons. Maybe you don't. But you're not going to get any unbiased opinion here. What you're going to get is my 100% biased opinion. And with that said, I have a positive bias toward this knife. My opinion is it's freaking awesome and I love it. So there you go, boys and girls. That is the Artisan Cutlery Holm, right in my wheelhouse. I love how they blend modern and traditional. Super cool freaking knife. I am really digging this one. As always, guys, I appreciate you for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this one. Let me know if you have this one or anything from Artisan Cutlery. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Just click my logo right over there. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish, boys and girls. Class dismissed.